It's Boyd, and I'm riding in the car with my wonderful friend Glenn, and we were going to take a little short ride over to Quilcene where they do the Moon Festival each year, and we've chosen to go back to Seattle. The cool thing is with Glenn is he also has quite a few people in the music industry that he knows, and then because of my working with all the bands in England, the bands in LA and San Francisco, the last artist, and I'll give you an example, was Elton John in 1970-71. I met him in England. I was living in London, and I worked with the Moody Blues and with Joe Cocker and with the Beatles and different artists, the Who, Peter Townsend, the Who. I did the original production of Tommy before they did it in New York and before they did it in London. And so there was a lot of people so back to Elton, I met him in a flea market one Saturday afternoon down in Chelsea. And I had a friend there who had a store called Paraphernalia, and her name was Twiggy. And she was this really cute little short girl, thin, and I liked her anyway, and she liked me. And she met me in this place called Nose's Wine Bar. Well, it turned out that one of the waiters in Nose's Wine Bar was dating Elton. And I knew that he was, gay, and there's lots and lots of gay people in Chelsea and Soho and in London and in the music industry and other industries. But so I debuted him. I had a friend in LA, Gerald Princio, and I met the publisher. His writer is Bernie Taupin, Elton John's writer, still is his writer. And obviously Elton John, between 1970 and right now 2015, he's a big deal worldwide, internationally. Now what's cool about him was when I debuted him, it was at Doug Weston's Troubadour right below Sunset on Santa Monica, and our offices were in the Teardrop building. Gerald Princio, we had an agency called Welchart Agency. And Dick James, who was a music publisher, I met in London. So I got a meeting with Dick James and Gerald Princio, my boss, and they met and they signed a contract kind of deal where we were able to bring Elton to the United States and present him for the first time ever in the United States, which is that evening. So I invited Irving Azoff, who was a very famous agent, David Geffen, who was a very famous agent, and every famous person I knew in Hollywood, including some actors and actresses. Ollie McGraw came, Steve McQueen came, different people came that were cool people. And not that there weren't other people that, people that just wanted to see a new artist. So we presented him it was on a Saturday, and I did a show in the afternoon. This was also invited people. It wasn't open to the public. But all people in the industry. So because that's what Elton wanted, and what Bernie Taupin wanted, and that they wanted to be showcased in a certain kind of way, and they were being careful. And then obviously all the lighting had to be right. Within 2 weeks of that showcase and what I'm talking about, Doug Weston, in the letter of agreement I had with him, who was a club owner, he had the opportunity to do this again with Elton, only to the public. In 2 weeks' time, we also had in the agreement, if you don't want to present Elton, we'll buy you out of the contract. In other words, you don't have to present him. And we'll pay you $25,000 cash to not present him. I'm not stupid. I created that in the contract for Jerry. Turned out, Doug Weston was also a gay blade himself, gay. He got pissed off with Elton for some reason or other. Faggots like to fight with one another, just like women and men do. And so he didn't want to present him. He says, I'd like to have the $25,000. I says, I'll bring you a check today. I got a hold of Jerry, my boss. I says, you can't believe this, Jerry. He doesn't want to do the date. he'd rather have the cash. He was kind of having a hard time with his club and had some things happening in his life where people were down on him. So being a club owner is not a pretty picture. So anyway, what was cool, already a concert company called Concerts West, a guy by the name of Jerry Weintraub, who died not too long ago, within the last maybe 90 days to 100 and some days, a friend of mine in Palm Springs. Jerry was a partner with Concerts West, and so they wanted to present him in an arena, which was unheard of. Not a little 3,000 seat theater or 2,000 seat theater, but they wanted to present him in a 6,000 capacity because they thought he was going to be a star, and they wanted to be on the ground floor to make him a star, which they did. So long story short, I made money that by him accepting the 25 and not doing the date. Concerts West laid $25,000 on me, an extra $25,000, when I told them how I got what we got. And then they wound up doing 12 dates across the United States with Elton, and they presented him. So long story short,
I took it a lot farther than what I thought here. So it's 23 minutes of great stories. So I'm lucky to have this.
As my body returns to sand, I reflect upon what I am. Through these words you will understand the great I am. From this mountain I'll make my stand, though I can see the promised land. But for me this is where I am. My bones are in his hand. Israel, hear the truth. He will strengthen you. He I have seen your eyes before as I walk through heaven's door.